Hello, hello, hello.
Ah!
Ah!
Ah! Stop doing
What the heck
I'm
happened?
sorry. I just looked over and I was off doing sun things. Be back soon.
What? I don't know what you're talking. He's okay. He's fine. He's doing some things.
he's walking the girl around, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing some things. It's fine. Welcome to another episode of Awooters Does D&D. I'm your DM, Alice River. How are you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome. We are joined with the crew once again. Let's go around and see where you can find everybody. Except for Vlad. Vlad is currently off doing sun things, and we'll be back shortly, I'm sure. From the sun.
Yes.
Just a casual visit.
So, where can people find you on the internet?
All out of order.
First, so people can find me at
Keep you on your
twitch.tv/DMRenfeather. I've been playing Baldur's Gate, Dead by Daylight, and of course Phasmophobia because we got to do some ghost yucking. But otherwise, you can
Do something, I guess.
find me on the Discord because I be poking around there a little bit. I do have social media, don't use it, so. But you know, if you want to peruse there, you can find it listed on my about me page in my Twitch bio.
Amazing.
I got-
Amazing.
A bunch.
Amazing. And moving on to the next lady of the crew, Azana, where can people find you on the internet?
Nowhere. I don't exist. You can find me here on Twitch. TTV Misfits _. Wait.
Oh, so
What?
you're so
Ms _5th. Shut up, Peanut Gallery, or I'm gonna throw things at you.
uh-huh.
It's a good thing the
I'm fine.
actual peanut isn't in the gallery.
Ha!
Mace, where can people find you on the internet?
there it goes. There it is.
Be careful, I have sharp things over here.
Oh, there is that too. Anyway, here on Twitch at Yugoki Wolf. For everywhere else as Yugoki Wolf, that's YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, all of that fun stuff. Yes, I did say YouTube as well. I did fix that. Yay.
Amazing, wonderful, fantastic.
Currently started Asteragos, Curse of the Stars. It is a Roman-themed Souls-like. Started that Wednesday. I'll be playing a little bit of that alongside Baldur's Gate 3 as I finish that up, because I am right there at the end of my first playthrough.
Amazing. Hamhawk, where can people find you on the internet?
When I'm not role-playing a kobold that eats anything and everything that can be and will be killed eventually, you can find me on my Twitch channel where I sometimes stream once in a blue moon. Catch it while you can. And then I'm also in the Discords where I can also be found sharing memes, but all the time, unlike how I stream, which is maybe.
Which is maybe.
Mood.
Maybe.
Finger guns.
Finger
Pew,
guns.
pew, pew, pew. Is this episode
I like circus
8 or 9?
peanuts.
Because I
This
could have
is
swore
9.
I could have swore I put. I was about to say I could have swore I put 9, but it says 8.
It's supposed to be 9.
Supposed to be 9. I changed it
That's
to
what
9.
I'm saying. Well, it didn't stick.
You didn't use the super glue.
Hey, M. Quick question for you. If people were to I don't know, go searching for a Vladinsky on the internet, do you happen to know where they would find him?
He is usually found in the various Twitch streams because Best Mod NA. And if you can't find him there, then he was also modding the various Discord servers that he's a part of, like the Awooters Stream Team Discord, which you can find at the link
That A link.
The link that's already posted in chat.
M Red Feather, everybody.
I think I did really good on that. Thank you.
Professional streamer extraordinaire.
She did.
No, you did great. It was almost as good as that time I did an impression of you, but but only almost. And if
It's
people were
because we
trying
all know
to,
each other so well that we're just able to, do impressions of each other just like that.
Like when Atlas did an M impression.
Yes, that did happen. I did do that. Nobody can find it. Bye forever. If people were to look for me on the internet, they would find me only on Wednesdays currently, doing Little Guy Wednesdays on twitch.tv/AtlasRiven. You can also find me in the Discord crying in a corner at all times of the day.
Or fired, depending on the day. On it, and if I fired him.
You keep saying I'm fired, but then people keep coming to me and still asking me questions like I'm not fired, and it's just like it's giving me mixed signals.
I keep forgetting to tell the team.
It's like
I keep forgetting to tell the team. Sorry.
And then like when I ask other people, they're just like, you can't be fired. You're the boss. And I'm like, but I am. But Sonic keeps firing me, so it has to be true. Anyway, previously on Awooters Does D&D, M had not an existential crisis and is totally fine. Denier didn't have an existential crisis and is totally fine.
Is he fine?
Zana, Buns over there had a time at the library, which could be good or could be bad. And Mace was also there at the library, having a time. And then Ham was cooking some delicious meals and having a good time. And then Denier was casually reading a book in which Denier has never read before, which is almost impossible because it's kind of his whole thing to have read every book. So, and reading through this book, he found something interesting, which caused him to leap forth from the hood of Buns and slam the book down on the table in front of Mace and point to the book. And in the book was a picture of Mace.
To which Mace is going to respond with, wait, why am I in this book?
Denier will kind of look at you and just kind of have this expression of equal parts confusion and intrigue, but also like he's like searching your eyes and stuff to try and find an answer to a question that he himself has, but he doesn't really have an answer. So kind of looks at you and he goes, this section of the book, this section of the book talks about well, it talks about the guards for her specifically.
His eyes, like what the nearest you could figure is blink a couple of times, and he just matches Dee's gaze. Are you telling? Is it saying that I was the Lifebringer, one of the Lifebringer's personal guard?
apparently there were multiple constructs, but this specific image is in reference to the personal guard.
So yes. Remind me again where we are all at.
You are
In the
all
end.
in the tavern,
Right.
in Demore.
No. I mean,
Except
like,
for Vlad,
are we-
who is doing some things.
right, but this is because I remember. Is this during dinner or is this afterwards?
This was dinner.
This is
Okay.
during dinner. Yes,
That was the part that I was hazy on. I was like, wait,
I
we
believe.
Yeah, this
jumped
was
right into this, and I couldn't remember.
Yeah, this was dinner after you had your whole Kitsune training montage.
So I am still full blanket, but like
Yes.
sitting there. Got it.
Yeah, you've had your rest and kind of because you've kind of rested
And you're
throughout the
reading spicy manga.
Yes, you're reading a spicy book and you've got a buns on your lap.
Mhm. You also were threatened by
just-
Denier to not explain where you got the book from because if you did, he would not give you the next volume.
Right. So
Legit threat, though.
Legit
that
threat, yeah.
That means that like I said, full like Howl's Moving Castle while he's ushering Sophie out the door, blanket overhead, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Mhm,
then
mhm.
holding buns like Stuffy.
Yes,
Yes,
buns is
Okay.
emotional support.
this is a vibe.
All right, cool. So then, yeah, I stand by the. So yes, personal. He was personal guard.
Obviously, Buns remembers where she found him. Mace, that is. Did we decide that was in the
That was
I
in the material
believe-
plane.
Yeah.
You found
I-
me in the material plane, got me working again,
You-
and then took me into the Fae.
You were muted again, Ham.
I thought that you were in the Feywilds, and that's where you located him. And the Feywilds was the reason that his own makeup got all weird. Was the assumption?
No, I was in the Feywild after having been reactivated for so long.
At least
So,
that was the plan.
which can still be the plan, because Denier will also specify that if upon bringing up that you found him, Denier would also point out that the book that he is reading is possibly thousands of years old.
I'm
Bless you.
Sorry.
I am extremely old. Then
You were grandpa all along.
That I mean, it would make sense that you would. It would make sense that you would last a very long time, considering you have to have been imbued with the symbol.
does this knowledge trigger anything? Is the realization of events of my conception? Trigger
Give
anything?
me. I will say, give me a. Give me a straight roll first. So just give me a straight d20 first.
Okay.
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 Upon hearing Denier say that you must have the symbol inside you, and that's why you haven't rusted or like faded away, you will have brief and like quick flashes, images of your eyes opening, but you're surrounded by gold light, and you feel as though your body is floating, and then that flash kind of fades, and you flash again, and you are in this large, beautiful throne room, and it's all decorated in gold and red tapestries, and there's this long walkway, and you stand front and center in front of a throne. On the throne is this beautiful woman who is kind of emanating this golden aura. She has no eye. Her eyes are fully also just glowing this bright, piercing gold. And her hair flows as if in water, but just flows delicately through the air. And you can kind of make out two others next to her, one on her right and one on her left. And they also look like they're constructs similar to you, and each is just very slightly different. And then that flash fades away.
While these flashes are appearing, his face goes a bit dark. Like the longest you've seen it go dark since we've been traveling together. He doesn't slump over or anything. It's just face trends off. And then comes back to I was there. I saw her.
I'm sorry, you what? You saw her? You saw her?
Memories coming back from when I was on guard duty in her throne room.
To have witnessed her must have been intense.
She was very bright, but it didn't seem out of the ordinary. At least, given the circumstance.
Got it. Janir kind of moves the book so it's back in front of him, and he says, this book has a lot of things in it that I didn't fully, it's almost like a journal of the inner workings of her life, but it's all vague and doesn't fully explain things. It has this image of you and a brief description that there were 3: the right, the left, and the center, and each were given a specific job, but it doesn't list the job each was given. Just that the job was vitally important.
I think I was center.
Give me another straight roll. Okay. With a 6, you get another brief flashback. And it looks as though This time you are standing off to the side as the construct who was right stands before her. And you can hear this beautifully gentle, warm, and welcoming voice echo in your head, but her lips don't move, and all you hear is, right. Your job is to protect. And then the flash goes away.
Oh, wait. Another one. No. I was her protector.
She said right. Because you
Yeah, I
were
know.
standing off to the side and you saw as the one on the right was standing in front of her.
So that would make
So was she
That would make
talking
you left?
about that one or?
Yes. So when you
Okay.
you heard her voice in your head, but that is kind of how she speaks in general. So
Okay, so
it
she was just speaking to the room.
yes.
Okay. The right one was protector.
Right. He quickly pens in very neat handwriting what the job of the right side was. So if right was to protect, I assume you didn't see what the other jobs were.
It hasn't. My memories have not all come back. But they're starting to.
If you each had a job and the job was vitally important, I wonder what your vitally important job is. Or was.
Maybe still is.
There's no real way to. I guess we'll just have to hope that something jogs your memory, or I don't know.
Yeah, your mention of the jobs and my description jogged the first couple, so maybe something else in that section there will jog something else.
Right. The section is brief. It speaks of the three, and it says the right, the left, and the center, each with an important job. It doesn't really say what the jobs are or where they were sent. And then it starts listing out, there's a brief list of other gods, minor notes, and then there's a section in the back. It's missing some pages. And it's just listed as, it's almost, it's supposed to be an introduction on how to replace one of us if we're ever lost.
The book is?
Replace a
It was
god?
Yeah. But there are pages missing, and there's not enough here to piece together the rules or the process.
Like, and he looks to Suo, her mom.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like her process maybe went a little bit smoother. She made a choice, and then as far as I can tell, the new god that took that role, the description was brief, only that he knew and he felt a calling and he assumed his role, but it doesn't really explain how he knew, what sent him there, how he accepted. It doesn't, all of those pages are missing.
I don't suppose there's any clue as to where those might be.
No. Not, at least not that I would know. Not that I could figure out. I don't have all the resources that I would normally have, but also I don't know how this book actually functions. I mean, this book is, it's so old and I've never read it. That should be impossible.
Maybe she didn't want you to, for whatever reason?
Maybe, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't have the full picture. I have more questions than I have answers. This is
Well, from what Nugget said, it seemed like there was going to be a new god or goddess of the hunt.
He was saying something about
Nugget?
the person already having been chosen.
Nuggets to Drake.
Nugget is the one that said it.
yes. If you
That's-
remember,
That's what I mean.
Last-
This is what he
Nugget
was
said
saying.
that he is coming.
Yeah.
Nugget didn't specify who was coming. Just that he is coming.
Something about the platinum dragon, I remember.
Yes, he did specify that it was the Lord of Dragons.
I was the Lord of Dragon. I think we assumed it was the platinum.
Okay, so we have a little bit more on my
Right.
history,
Interesting.
and per usual with you, we have more questions than answers.
Yeah, I've had a lot of questions today. He kind of turns and looks at Suo and he squints his eyes at Suo and he goes, "Why aren't you a redhead?"
I don't know. I mean, I have. It's red-ish. It's
One
shade
reaches
of red.
up and prestidigitation turns her hair red.
What kind of
Denier-
red though?
It's just
Good.
Like,
Scarlet.
are we talking about ginger red or
Like
yeah, I was-
poison ivy.
Right,
Yeah.
like
Just
Alright, I'm
scarlet
down with
red.
that.
just the deep red.
right. I'm down with that.
Denier kind of floats
Accepted.
a little bit closer and he kind of looks at you and he goes, Yeah, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. That's probably why. That's probably why. Feels off. Feels wrong.
Change it back. Change it back.
Are you fine with my strawberry blonde now?
Yeah. I guess I'm
'Cause
fine with your strawberry blonde.
it is red. It's just light.
It's just
You want it darker?
mom with
I
the
can go
redhead.
darker.
I want to try to make our depressed-looking friend some special treats from the kitchen.
Which depressed looking friend?
The depressed, like howl-looking friend.
The depressed howl looking friend.
The one currently using buns as an emotional support animal.
Draped in a blanket.
Suo got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Look, to be fair, there's a couple depressions happening, okay?
At least 3.
So, Denier kind of turns and he goes, wait a minute. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Hold on. Did I hear somebody say that the Lord of Dragons is on his way?
Oh yeah, I got my bow.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Oh no, oh no.
What about our situation isn't this all the time? Let's be honest. I'm kind of glad we at least got a 12-hour break.
I mean, he's got a point.
No, you don't understand. It's not like it's like he's not gonna kill you, but like he's gonna kill you emotionally. Oh, he's so much. Oh god. Oh, the last time I saw. Oh god. Oh no.
I'm gonna like stuff some cake in his mouth.
In Denier's mouth.
Yes.
Ah, 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 ah.
Calm down, little buddy. We're gonna need you on your A game.
Ah,
Eat some emotional support food. I eat when I feel.
He kind of just closes his mouth and starts chewing. What flavor is this?
They had some cinnamon and carrots. I tried something new.
It's pretty good, actually.
Cinnamon and carrots.
You dropped a carrot cake?
Ham may or may not have just invented carrot cake.
Nice.
I thought you literally just meant like roasted carrots with like cinnamon and sugar on them.
No,
It's
he
carrots.
meant a cake.
With cinnamon and carrot in it. It's a spiced carrot cake.
Okay. I love spiced carrot cake,
Yes.
Spicy.
but with no nuts. Because the nuts, the texture throws me off. Can't do it.
Yep.
No nuts.
Same way.
We
Same
don't
thing with
casually
banana
add
bread.
nut to food here.
Same thing with banana bread. Like banana bread,
Yup.
add chocolate chip to that banana bread any day of the week, but leave the nuts out of it.
Yeah, the chocolate melts.
Nut.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'll just get
Good.
Suo an extra large helping of cake.
So Daenerys eating cake and enjoying it.
Does she have does she have her tea too?
Yes.
Okay. She's just gonna like
Every now and then you
going
look up
growling?
to make sure no one's reading over your shoulder.
Oh no, it also, by the way, it'll be like when that happens, she's just gonna be like, "Can I have another fork?" And just place it in front of both her and Buns, and then they'll just both eat out of the same cake.
Boop.
Like-
All right. Well, we say we maybe have a few minutes. Who knows how long? And I'm checking over my arrows because I anticipate I'm gonna have to. I don't have arrows. I'm checking over my sling to make sure the rope is good, because a kobold should use a sling. It just feels right.
Hey,
Go ahead.
D. Does it say anything in there about my abilities?
Wish abilities.
Like, does it say each one has a certain set of skills or anything?
No, it says that you all were imbued with the symbol, that you were given the important tasks, and that you were sent away.
Find tasks. Find importance. And maybe find her.
Not sure. I don't like not knowing, by the way. He kind of like looks at you and he's like, I don't appreciate that I've not read this book, and I will have words. I will have words. How
With
dare
who, little buddy?
with life. And he looks over at you, and you've never seen a more serious look in his eyes. I've read every book, and I will not have this be tarnished.
Mace does actually give out a bit of a giggle. Oh, that's funny.
Life itself will not prevent me from reading every book.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Coming from a kobold that's watched a lot of them become paste, life has a way of really fucking with people.
You're an interesting little guy.
You too, little buddy.
He just reaches over and grabs a hand of cake and just puts it in his mouth. After a moment, the entire vicinity is met with it begins shaking. The tavern itself begins shaking.
I'm
Oh.
under a table.
Did
Aston,
did
Go ahead.
Did your little friend say they were coming here?
Yeah, why do you think I got my sling?
I missed that part.
Denier,
Well, he's sounds like he's here.
Denier turns and looks at the door and he goes, "Oh God." And he just kind of floats over and he "Okay, you guys have fun." And he sinks down into the hood. Deposits his hood.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Does a door shut? Do we hear the sound of a shutting door?
Oddly you don't.
Okay.
He hasn't gotten to installing the door yet.
Gotcha. Just a rough
Yeah.
curtain pull.
So the entire tavern starts shaking as the people all around you kind of start to look around in panic.
I yell out, "Is there a basement?"
The lady behind the counter is just like, yeah, but not everybody's going to fit down there.
Get as many as you can. Everyone else, find shelter.
We'll be
Uh,
okay.
If this thing is causing earthquakes, do you think sending people underground is a smart idea?
You notice,
I guess the death would be quick.
Ham, you notice that Nugget is just quietly sitting by the door.
I'm gonna go sit by him. Me and Nugget have seen thick and thin together. I trust him. Almost as much as he trusts me.
Almost.
The shaking, as everybody starts to get up to kind of do as they're told, the shaking kind of slows down a bit and stops. And everything goes eerily quiet. The door to the tavern starts to creak open slowly. And in the entryway is a man fully cloaked in a black robe. The only distinct feature that you can make out is these two rather large horns penetrating from the top of his head, going straight up and almost meeting at the tips.
Hey, Atlas,
Uh-huh.
I have a really important question.
Yeah.
You can't see his face yet. You don't know if he's hot.
Damn it!
Of course, that's the important question.
Very
As
important
the
question. Okay? I love Foxy. High five.
As soon as this dude breaks the threshold of the inn, Mace is going to stand up and stand in the middle of the room.
he kind of walks in. Ham next to you, Nugget kind of does as best as a chunky Drake can, an almost honorable bow. As the figure kind of waves at Nugget, and Nugget sits back up and just kind of like stares at this man.
I stare at him back.
The man isn't staring at Nugget. Nugget is staring at the man.
Yeah. I stare at the man too.
He kind of the man looks over and he moves his hand out and he gives Nugget a rather large chunk of fresh meat taken from what you can assume to be was a rather large boar.
So like I'm trying to keep a straight face and I'm looking at the man still. But there's the occasional drip as I start drooling.
You hear a kind of soft but deep tone as the man he gives a "You may share."
I drag Nugget and the meat into the kitchen.
Nugget almost
So-
refuses to move.
I look at the man, gesture to the dragon.
You may go. Nugget will then follow you.
We gotta cook this. We got some good seasonings. Here we go. And he's just in the kitchen. You hear like a
Aggressive.
large
cooking.
fire.
Roar
Just
to
the
life.
fire.
The man looks.
At this point, Mace is standing in the middle of the room, his tail swishing with anticipation.
The man looks ahead of him and kind of. You can't make out his face still because it's clad in the shadow of his cloak. And you kind of see as he looks, like he tilts his head down as if looking at your tail. And he gives a impressive. And he kind of tilts his head back up and he goes, I'm not here to fight anyone, if that's what this whole thing is about.
I was
Have
about
you
to
stopped
ask.
reading?
I was about to ask if I needed to show you what it could do.
If you want to
Thank you.
have a size contest sometime, I'm sure we can arrange something like that.
Thank you for answering my question before I asked it.
I
And he
You're
sits
welcome.
back. And he sits back down.
He kind of reaches up and he lowers the hood on his cloak. Under the hood is this man who is roughly at most in his early 30s. His skin is almost like perfect in complexion. The only thing is coming from the upper part of his cheeks and moving slightly in towards his mouth, but stopping right before his actual lips, are these rows of scales, these like very shiny, well-kept black scales on both sides of his face that kind of frame his mouth almost.
I'm waiting for this to deviate from describing an aura.
He has this long, very well kept, shiny and soft looking black hair, and his eyes are just full black. And he looks over the party and he goes, I'm how do people say these things? I gotta figure out the right lingo. It's been a long time.
Hi, I'm
I'm
Buns. Who
looking.
are you?
Oh, hi. One moment. I need to, before I forget this train of thought, because I don't want to, I gotta, there's so many words that humans use these days. I'm looking for a nerd.
There's at least 2 of them here,
A,
maybe
a
3.
nerd?
Mace looks directly at Buns' hood.
What kind of nerd?
He reads far too much, yells at you if you
Nope,
tell
yeah,
him
figured
he's
it out. Figured it
wrong.
out. You say less.
Oh, so you know of him.
Yes, we know of
What do you
him.
want with said nerd?
That's my nerd.
Well,
That's my nerd.
Buns is just collecting everything at this point.
the man looks down at Buns. This man is, by the way, he is at minimum 7 foot tall.
Oh, so Mace was eye level with him then. Or just about
Yes.
no. Yeah, no, Mace was looking up still. Okay.
Buns is not afraid.
Buns looks
Everyone in
down
the party
and
is
he
larger
gives
than
you
Buns.
he gives you this little grin, and you can see that he has very much, his teeth are not human teeth. They're very much the teeth of a dragon. So just very well kept fangs line throughout all of his mouth, and he gives you a little grin and he goes, I didn't know he got married. I wasn't invited. Rude.
Not by marriage.
Married,
Oh.
but he's mine.
Aren't you his? And if he's yours and you're his, and there's a mark to show your eternal bond.
I guess it makes sense that you're not married. I always thought he kind of swung the other way.
How I want to know how Daenerys
not-
doing with all this.
You're not answering that question. Now.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like at some point he's gonna say something. Daenerys just gonna pop out and be like, "Now hold on 1 second."
I'm waiting for that too. Yeah.
It was an instructional pamphlet, and I had to engage to test it out in real life. I've read every book.
Sorry, I got distracted at the possible marriage. What was the question?
What do you want with him?
What do you
Oh,
want with the nerd?
well, I need the nerd because, well, assumedly, if you know him, how much do you know of him?
Buns parts her bangs and shows the symbol.
Oh. So you're not married to him, and he took you. Got it.
I had a choice. Sort of.
It was this or die.
We are aware that the goddess of the hunt recently bit her own bullet.
Good, good.
they
So
have
I won't
guns?
have to do too much weird explanation. It's always trivial to like go through the whole gods thing.
If you're
Especially 'cause
here, okay, I'm gonna cut you off a little bit. If you're here thinking he knows how Ascension works, we just found a book that's missing pages on just that topic.
A book missing pages? Did he freak out? Did he do the little thing with his face?
Yes. Yes, he
Yes.
did. In fact, it was a book that he had never read.
That must have infuriated him. You see utter joy across his face as he says this.
I love him.
Guess.
It did, in fact. It was actually.
He
How
fed
good.
Ham. Ham and
it-
him are best friends as far as Ham is concerned.
I need like a scale. How furious. I think I've gotten him up to a 6 or a 7 before.
Oh, this. If you've gotten him up to a 6, I have a feeling this was a 9.
I missed a 9. This is. I fear that I might not recover from such a thing. I
Eh.
just.
Are you gonna sit here and take this? Buns just kind of says over her shoulder.
Is he in your hood? Is he
What?
hiding? Is he hiding? Hold on. I got this. This isn't my first rodeo. He hides from me every time there's like a meeting or something. I got this. Let's see. You. And he points at Suo. Would you like to hear some facts?
Buns just face palms. She has a feeling she knows what's happening next. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Suo grins in like a very conspiratorial way. She makes eye contact with this dragon man and is just like,
I know.
"Oh, please do tell."
I know, Suo. Oh, Suo.
Like she's just like, "Yes, let's push these buttons."
Perfect. Where
These
should I
buttons.
start? Let's see. This is an oldie but a goodie. Did you know that all Western dragons have 7 toes on each hand? Isn't that crazy? I believe I read that in a book somewhere, and books always are accurate. Oh, that
Nothing.
one didn't work. Gotcha.
Suo's just gonna be like, what is it? The husky
Oh.
meme?
What?
Like,
Oh wait, is it? It is.
What was the author of that book that D told us to throw out?
I can't remember his name. I don't remember his name.
We can
Mace
retcon
brings that
that
one
you
up.
do.
Oh, you're talking about a Nicholas. Yeah.
This one.
He all of his books were fact. Did you know that? They were
No.
factual. Everything, every
we
word in
shouldn't
them was
have thrown
correct.
that book out.
Oh, dang.
Daenerys threw that book out. He always was a little bit jealous of him. You hear a very angry thud from Buns' hood as Daenerys shoots out and goes face to face with this man and hovers in front of him. He was never accurate, and you know it. You know he wasn't accurate. All of that stuff is a lie. And they don't have 7 toes. They don't. They do not. That is not factual. Western dragons have never had 7 toes. That is never true.
But it was in the book.
Why do you do this every time? Every time we're at a party, you always do this. You always make up stupid facts just to see me angry. This happens every time. Every time. And you kind of see
Suo,
this.
by the way, reacted exactly how I did. Coughing, laughing fit.
You see as this man is grinning and he's like, I don't know why you're so upset, D. I didn't even get to the fact about frog genitals. That's your favorite. You see as D just looks at him and he goes, I despise you so much. And the man just goes, I know, and it brings me so much joy. And he reaches out and he kind of grabs Daenerys in his hand, like almost Daenerys' entire body because of how small Daenerys is and how large this man is. And he goes, don't worry, we'll have plenty of time to have this conversation on the way. I'll even make up some new facts that you can disrupt and be angry about.
Pardon, sir.
We
Yeah,
never
I was
got your
gonna
name.
say.
We're gonna need a name
A
and
name,
where you're going.
a
A
name
name,
for
an address, a way to contact you. When are you gonna be back?
oh, you want my name.
Yes.
Yes. I gave you mine.
You can call me Blake if you want. He makes some like weird noises and he goes, "That's what they call me in the mines."
Was that in
Some
Draconic?
people. No, it was this weird language that like
I still have
Comprehend languages.
comprehend languages up.
So here's the thing. It's a name in a different language. So it's not a word in a different language. So it would
Okay.
still
It doesn't have a meaning to translate.
yeah, so it still sounds kind of a lot like a bunch of weird sounds because it's a name and not a word with a meaning.
Okay. I tried.
But it is a language, you get the idea that it is a very, very old language.
I also want to mention that when he kind of aggressively grabs D, Suo's demeanor changes from like, "Oh, we're joking around," to, "Excuse me."
Yeah. When
That's our nerd.
when Mace
Like-
when Mace begins to question, he stands back up and approaches.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Suo would have probably have like stood up quickly, like ah,
Hopefully
like-
still holding buns.
well, either actually holding buns or like setting buns on the table.
Oh, sorry. So there's blank, weird gibberish noises. Some humans once tried to call me Bahamut. That was weird.
Not that guy.
They did put that in some books and texts though.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I guess
Time
that
out.
makes
Time
that
out.
fact.
Time out.
Huh?
Does this man happen to have anything floating around him? I'm sorry. What?
Not that you can see.
Can I roll for something?
Perceive him.
You can roll to see if you can notice something.
Oh no.
Okay, that's a 14 plus 5, so that's a 19.
No, this is your about.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, you said it was a what?
19?
19 total.
19 total.
19 total.
No.
That's kind of my nerd. Where are you taking him?
What? Oh, sorry. Right. He claimed you. Are you taking the disciple? I mean, we can. It's just. I mean, there's like space, I guess. It's just. You never were very conscious about like the amount of space I can carry. He's like talking to Denier. And Denier kind of just looks at him and goes, "Please let me go. You do this every time. I'm not just going on a trip with you."
We're going on a trip.
And my favorite rocket ship. And his
Your
name
least favorite.
is Blake. He's
Least
kinda
favorite.
hot.
Least favorite rocket ship.
I
Maybe for
can't. I'm
Denier.
sorry. You have to go this time. It's literally it is quite honestly the one of the most important trips we're gonna make. I can't just take no this time.
We'll go with you, D.
What if we all went?
Guys?
Oh, you want me to? We're gonna take all of them. He kind of just like looks at Denier, and Denier's like, "You're not explaining anything. You're not. You're just doing that thing where you come in and you."
Do the thing.
He never explains. He's very bad at. Denier kind of like wiggles just a little bit in his hand and like turns around to face you all, and he goes, This is. I know that you're all like doing that. Oh no, he's gonna kidnap him thing. This is just how he is. He's not very good at explaining first. He's
You
very
hear
much.
from the kitchen. You've been kidnapped before.
Yeah, this is different. This is different. This isn't a kidnapping. He's just not good at explaining. He's a man of action. So he does first and then asks or explains after.
I mean, he can be a man of my action. I mean, especially if it's who I think it is.
DM me who you think it is. Anyway, he just kind of looks over at you and he goes, You're a little, you're small for my flavor, but I appreciate it.
Means I'm even smaller.
To be fair, I would have given you a similar answer.
I didn't say that in character. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That was
That
was the energy of the book.
Important distinction.
I thought
Sorry.
that. So long as he can't read my mind, we're safe.
Yeah, she might have been thinking it.
He lets go of Denier and he goes, I guess we have a second. I can at least maybe explain. I don't know that I would. I mean, I guess you could all go. It'd be, rather dangerous for, you and yours to be there, but who am I? I don't care. And also that excitement. I love that. He kind of, at that, he lets Denier go and he kind of walks over to the table and he plops himself down in a chair next to Suo. Still kind of towering over Suo, considering he was 7 foot tall standing. And he sits down and he goes, What's the best drink? And he kind of just looks at Suo.
She's fully just gonna like blush a little bit and just be like, here, you can have this, and just scoots her tea over, like just goes back to eating her carrot cake.
Is this the nature bark tea or just the tea from here?
I don't know. I don't remember. She's been drinking tea all day. It's whatever she last had.
I'm going to ask this before I say anything. Is this a religion thing? This is him asking Suo.
She's gonna be like, what it?
I've just hung out with some of your kind before, and it was like sometimes they said it was disrespectful to not drink the tea, but I personally am not. I'm not big on tea.
She was merely offering you tea.
Oh, got it. I just didn't want to offend. Once again, your kind have been offended before at declining.
She's gonna kind of like look at him and squint, and then look at Mace and be like, what?
You know, to be fair, a lot of humans are easily offended.
Yeah. They have a problem
no.
with that, and Ham's gonna walk
No.
out with more
And-
cake and slam it on the table, and then go back to the kitchen.
And Mace is going to cut Buns off and be, no, he knows what you are.
And Suo's gonna look at him for a second and be like,
Right. Oh yeah, that happened. Oh shit.
Oh,
um,
I apologize. Were you not aware of your beast?
No, we found that out. today.
no, I'm aware. About 24 hours in, but you know,
Oh.
it's a new revelation.
Oh, okay, good. Good. Just making sure.
Yeah,
That you
that's
knew.
interesting.
You look familiar.
Buns lets the prestidigitation drop.
You look less familiar.
She's gonna be very confused because she doesn't realize that Buns did that, and so she's just gonna like, okay,
Anyway,
out of
Uh,
character. Does she look like her mom? Only, you know, tiefling.
it would be implied that if this man
Mhm,
who you
mhm.
have never met before, but is
Mhm.
known to be a god, saw you and thought you looked familiar.
might be familiar with my mom.
Yes. Considering that
Suo did not put that together. She's
Uh-huh.
so brain fried. But like M is going, nah, you know my mom? You know my mom? Yeah.
All right. Anyway, cool hair trick.
Oh, right. I forgot you had that up, Buns.
Yes.
Ham will
not
step
her
out
trick.
again. I heard you wanted a drink.
I do want a drink. What do you have?
Beer, harder stuff, milk. We're pretty well stocked. I had them overhaul the kitchen.
I'll take the biggest beer you have, and you got any meat on the menu?
Yeah. Hunting, luckily only just got bad, so we were able to secure some.
Oh, perfect. I will take a plate of whatever you have.
All right, and do you want a large beer for this size? And I'm gesturing to him, or for you, like when I assume you're larger and shake the city.
This size.
Got it. Beer back. And he steps out.
What a considerate kobold you have.
He has come in quite handy.
Yeah, it's nice. They're very handy. I assume that you all have questions because you got in a fuss, but
A couple of us have just realized our heritage.
you have
Uh,
heritage. That's important.
Mace would put a hand to his chest, and then motion to Suo and her. Is the mask still visible? Is that a thing, or?
That is up to Suo on where
I
the
thought,
mask
I thought the
currently is.
mask went away, but
Yeah.
The mask still exists. It didn't go away.
Okay. There was mention when she shifted, the mask wasn't there at all. But when she shifted back, it wasn't clarified.
So-
The mask was still there.
So the mask returned after she went back to normal.
Okay.
But it is up to Suo on whether or not it is currently on her head or not.
If it is, it's probably out of sight, simply because has the blanket over her head.
Gotcha.
All right. So then Mace will just
He
gesture
is
to her
a
in
bed
general.
potato.
What is that? Would you say?
He
Said
called
you're
you
currently a
bed.
bed potato.
Yeah,
A
calls you a
bed
bed
potato?
potato. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you say, Mace?
And then so Mace will mention the finding out of heritage and motion to his own chest, and then gesture at Suo.
He kind of looks at you, and then he looks at Suo, and then he looks back at you, and he goes, "Heritage. Were your parents also metal people?"
No.
Denier kind of just, he's not, he doesn't get subtlety very well.
I am one of the first of my kind.
Oh, that's good. That's fun. That's important.
I am
And
apparently a servant of the Lightbringer herself.
ah, got it. That sounds important.
What that means and entails and how important it is, I don't know yet.
That sounds less fun.
Precisely.
And he kind of looks at Suo and he goes, he pointed at you. Got cool heritage or
Just cool hair.
Well, I did just find out about the kitsune's bit, so
oh, so you're a dog?
and my mom may or may not have been a god.
You see as he kind of like squints and he looks down at you and he goes, "You do look familiar. Why aren't you a redhead?"
He's just gonna
With
be
a sigh, Punch tries a different shade of dark red.
Oh, closer.
You're getting there. Oh no.
Your personalities don't match. That probably threw it off too.
You don't give redhead energy.
You do.
Well, I'm just saying your personalities don't match. Your mom punched me in the face once.
If you
I
don't start
don't understand
it.
why.
if you don't start giving answers as to why you are here and how we may be of assistance, that might happen.
Oh,
To be fair, I was getting ready to punch you when I thought you were going to kidnap Dee, so
do you punch as hard as your mom?
I don't know, I never met her.
She punched me through a wall. That was a fun wedding. Sorry, you had a question. You wanted... Sorry, repeat.
Why are you here? Why do you want D? And how may we be of assistance if possible?
Oh, did he not... He didn't get the... You didn't get the invitation? And D kind of looks at him and he goes, "What invitation? What are you talking about? Of course I didn't get an invitation. I think I would have known. I would have had some kind of warning that you would have been here so that I could avoid you." And he goes, "He's a kidder."
I don't think he is.
So
Uh,
this has
yeah?
nothing to do with the goddess of the hunt?
Oh, it has everything to do with the goddess of the hunt. There's been a meeting called by those of us that are still around because we need to figure out what to do about it. We find it rather concerning that a member of our own was lost.
And like actually lost instead of the way that Dee was just missing memories.
Yes. Congratulations, though. It took you a very long time to wake up. There's still a majority of us that haven't.
You have us to thank for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's nice. I actually really appreciate that. It gets bored. All of the other gods don't let me pick on them.
Don't
I can
let
see
you
why.
or just ignore you?
If I'm being honest with you, he's my favorite. His reactions are the best.
I had a feeling.
Stuart's just gonna like, his reactions are pretty funny.
But, yes. There's been a meeting called by those of us that are awake. We need to figure out how or what to do about the entire situation.
Well, then, if we can, we would like to come with. And he kind of looks around the table.
You want to go to a meeting of gods.
Well, we are trying to help awaken everybody.
Would be fun
You're
to see the
muted.
meter again.
As I go to like slide this roast goose onto the table, I'm just gonna casually be like, "Yeah, I still need to find one of them. I'm missing an ingredient."
You're
I'm just gonna
missing an
walk away.
ingredient. What does that have to do with anything? He kind of looks at the table and he's like, what?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's nothing dangerous.
Like, Mace
That's the
begins to
important part.
explain, but then just like, no, just what she said.
And you guys are saving gods? That's what's happening here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks to D.
We woke
kind
up
of-
Demeter.
He kind of points back towards the kitchen area and he goes, that guy?
Yep.
That guy too.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Cool. You said D picked you?
Yes.
All right, I trust
Yeah.
that. You see as any form of questioning you all immediately left his face as soon as you said Denier picked you.
Slides tankard of ale also on table. Scurries back to kitchen.
Never mind, he's useful.
That was cooked with a 22.
Oh, shit.
It's
Do
nice
you have
having
a...
kitchen to work with.
The meeting will be held in exactly a week, but I came to collect you because I was informed. You see as he looks at Denier and he's holding back a grin and a chuckle. And he just kind of looks and he goes, I was informed of your stature.
You came to laugh at D. You're mean.
No, I came to get him. And, I didn't want to get his wings tired.
Well, where are we supposed to
D's
go?
not gonna make it.
You see as D slowly looks over to Buns and he's just like, if I give you some magic energy, what are the chances that you could insert your hand into his mouth and cast Fireball?
I don't know that spell. It
Got it.
stolen.
Got
We
it.
gotta flesh out your spell book.
Yeah.
Got it. I can dream.
I
Who
mean-
told you? Who told you?
It was just a matter of time.
I don't know.
He
You may have hit it on the head there.
I was gonna say you might have
Yeah.
stolen the words right out of Atlas's mouth.
He looks at Denier and he goes, I can't tell you because if I told you, he threatened to take 20 years. And like
Well,
I
I
know
do-
I'm immortal, but like the last time he took 10 years, I just blacked out for 10 years.
Yeah, no, he's not one to be trifled with.
I suppose that's one way to take years off of an immortal's life.
So anyway, do you need help opening books? He kind of
He
just
ha-
looks away.
He has helped us out of a parallel dimension. I'm sure he has the capabilities to reach whatever demi-plane this meeting would be on.
Oh, right. Excuse me for worrying. It's just, I know he's capable, but and he kind of looks at Denier and he kind of looks at Mace and he covers one hand as if he's trying to like whisper to you, but says it at regular tone. He did get kidnapped. So
He's been in her hood since.
did he make an extra dimensional plane in your hood?
No.
How do you know? It's behind you.
Suo, by the way, Suo, when he asks that question, she just like looks to the side really quick, like, oh.
Oh.
You see as the moment of shock turns to a moment, like he goes from like shocked to like immediately having a mischievous grin. And he slowly turns to Denier and Denier goes, don't do it. Please don't do this. Don't do this. I know you're gonna. Don't do it. Please. I'm begging you not to. And he goes, must have been really easy to fit everything in there. A man of your size. And you just hear Denier go, I hate it here. I hate you and I hate it here.
Do you want us to go with you?
A meeting of the gods.
He's like, I don't want
There's-
to go in the first place.
There's not many that are awake. I'd rather find my tower, to be honest. But I have piqued curiosity.
I need to find life.
Wait.
Sits down at the table.
Buns looks really worried. Wait, before you go, what if it's a trap? What if whoever did this is the goddess of the hunt? What if they were hoping you guys would all get together so that they could just come kill you?
You see as the man reaches out, rips off a chunk of meat, and kind of like takes a bite out of it and goes, I really could. I wonder what they taste like.
This guy's asking the right questions.
I would have a feeling that a couple of interlopers that are hunting down gods and goddesses that have all of their powers locked away would stand little chance against even a handful at full power.
Well, see, here's the thing. This is delicious, by the way.
Thanks.
I've been awake for a while. So I'm pretty sure that I could eat them.
It's an eater be eaten world out here.
He gets it.
He gets it.
Denier kind of looks over the party and he's, An interesting idea indeed. They'd have to be crazy to do it. But judging from the two that we met in the cave, they are, in fact, crazy.
They also hurt. I touch some of my healed scars from my severe lacerations.
I mean, you guys don't have to go.
I didn't
I mean,
say that so that because we don't want to go. I'm just worried about that. We just got you back from them, D.
well, I mean, you two are like connected or something, right? If we need to, can't he just channel his power through you and we can figure out where he's at or something? If an emergency happens, we can at least remain informed.
The man
I
at
can
the
make some
table
more
kind
money.
the man at the table kind of looks over everybody. We'll slide back to the money question in a second, but whether you all go is of your own choice, I guess. It's a danger that you're willing to accept or not accept.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have been given strict I've been giving strict information that he has to be there.
Interesting.
Oh, sounds good to me.
Of all of the ones that are currently awake, and this is gonna bring him so much joy, which pains me. Of all of us that are currently awake, he is the smartest. Denier kind of looks over and he goes, I am the smartest.
Real quick, but this whole conversation is happening. What is happening with the rest of the tavern?
Everyone in the tavern is just like eyeing everybody. Like even the barkeep is like wiping down the tables, but like has not taken her eyes off of this huge man with like these huge horns on top of his head, and they're all just staring at him.
Just been
Not
wiping the same,
subtly.
just wiping the same spot for like the last 30 minutes.
I'm gonna like look over at the bar. Wait, I'm sorry. Am I still clocked in? Should I be clocking out for this meeting?
She doesn't break eye contact and she goes, the potatoes are in the barrel.
Got it. I'm gonna go and get the potatoes.
Water's good. She just keeps wiping the counter.
I start boiling potatoes because I feel like I've been told to.
You also get the feeling that he is not at all bothered by people staring at him. He almost doesn't even notice.
Right. I figured.
They're okay potatoes.
Oof, even with advantage.
Denier kind of also like at being told he's the smartest, he floats over to Buns and he goes, you hear that? I'm the smartest. And you have the mark of Denier. And by that logic, that means that you're the smartest. Okay? Okay? Just always remember that. You're the smartest.
I
know, I'm
need
the
you
brains
to
of this group.
understand. I need you to understand that literally I went to go do a game, like play some random game, right? And my husband looked at me IRL. I was like, you have my last name. You have my last name now. And we're winners. So you have to win. Because we are winners. This last name means winners.
You have
Same
my last name,
energy.
and you need to win because if you don't, you're gonna drag our last name through the mud.
The name of the game is We Win, okay?
Yeah.
This
And the
this
name of
same energy.
Same exact
yeah,
energy.
because the name of the Denier game is We're the Smartest.
Right. The way you said that though, I was getting like war flashbacks. Like, to my looking at, by the way, for like a roller coaster game. Okay. It was like one of those roller coaster games where you shoot the little laser to get all the points. And I was going up against his cousin, and he was like, "You don't understand. We're winners."
Oh my god.
But yeah, so
He's
Denier
in the
looks at you and
background,
he's
he
just like,
said, "We are winners."
so Denier is just eye contact with you. Smartest, okay? Remember that. Smartest.
Okay.
The only person smarter than you is me.
Sometimes.
Oh,
She just boops
Lake?
his nose.
And he points at you, and a grin goes across his face, and he goes, "That's the energy we need."
Oh no!
And he looks at you and he goes, "If you're really a follower of Denier, you will question my every fact. And that's the correct way to do it."
7 toes.
oh god.
Have 7 toes! He aggressively turns to you.
Turns
I'm
toward
in
the
the
kitchen.
kitchen. I'm boiling potatoes.
So Mace will look at like, is she awake yet? Is
He,
the matron of life awake?
the man turns to you and goes, "Well, nobody know." And he doesn't finish the sentence.
Blake.
And everyone else in the tavern, including the party, goes still. Except for you, Mace. Everything around you has stopped.
Yeah.
There's no sound anywhere. The people around you aren't even blinking anymore.
Mace looks around and like examines himself. The fingers moving like they should.
Yep.
There. Hello?
Your voice almost echoes as if you're in a huge room.
Hello, hello, hello.
But nobody responds to you.
Echo, echo, echo.
Thinking back to what happened alongside the road that night, is the color of the world shifted at all?
So you're inside a tavern right now. The color inside the tavern hasn't changed at all. But there's an odd light coming from the windows behind you.
Praise the sun.
So Mace is going to try and wiggle his way out of the. We were sitting in a booth at a table.
You were sitting at a table.
Okay, so he'll stand up and get a closer look at the windows.
As you get closer to the windows, you see that everything outside, including the birds in the sky, have ceased movement. The only thing moving is gentle leaves falling from the sky. and they're all colored gold.
Gold leaflet. Do not listen to the enemy propaganda.
Ham.
Mace is going to make his way steadily out the front part.
As you open the door, you feel warmth all around you. And as the leaves kind of hit you, they disintegrate and just disappear. But the ones that hit the ground seem to stay. Except you notice one leaf in particular. Let me actually made a thing for this. I'm actually very proud of this. Hold on. One leaf in particular hovers ever so slightly above the ground. Let me.
If I reach down to pick up one of the ones that have fallen,
As you pick it up, the ones that have already fallen and they don't hover above the ground, they fall apart in your hands too and kind of fade away.
this is it a same or similar feeling to the mace that disintegrated in front of him?
No, this is.
Okay.
They all emanate warmth and comfort.
Okay. And then looking to the one that's floating. Sounded like you were digging.
Yeah, hold on, I'm grabbing it.
Okay.
Uh,
Love the tone shift, by the way.
sorry, Phil.
Be right back.
Yeah, I think you got a second.
You have a second because I tried to add it and it's being fiddly. So let me just.
And if it's a file, maybe send me Telegram.
The problem is I downloaded. It's just getting it to like pop up on screen and do the thing that it's supposed to do, but not.
Got it. Okay.
There we go. Okay. All right. I have to resize it. Doing that thing, where it's not letting me size it until I. Me change the size. Quick.
Well, we had a second.
I promise this is worth it. I worked really hard on it. I'm probably just gonna have to transition to it and then resize it because it's being finicky. We'll put it right there for now.
Oh, that's
There we go.
pretty.
So this is what it looks like, the one leaf that hovers above the ground.
And he'll go to scoop it as opposed to pick it up.
As you lift the leaf from its floating position on the ground, the warmth almost makes you emotional. It's this weird, strange feeling of you know this, you felt it, and it feels like home.
Mace will call out Lifebinder.
You look all around you and you don't see anyone, but a familiar woman's voice echoes in your mind as she says, "I'm here."
Mace will fall to his knees. Tail slumped behind him. What was my task?
You hear as the sound of 2 feet lightly touch stone next to you, near the window of the tavern, as a female figure with a glowing golden aura stares through the window inside. And you hear the voice again as it echoes, "Your task was to find the new." And it looks like you're doing very well.
The new what?
She turns. "Stand, Mace. You need not kneel."
He'll stand back up with some trouble.
She turns back and she walks through the window into the tavern.
Mace will walk up to the wall and put a hand out to try and touch the wall.
You kind of also feel as though you could also just walk right through.
Realizing it, he does so.
Upon entering, you see as this beautiful woman kneeling down on the ground next to Buns reaches out and caresses her cheek ever so slightly. And you hear in your mind that same voice as she goes, "Is this the one?"
She's the one that brought me back into function.
She turns and she looks at you and she stands up and she goes, "Oh, Mace." And she walks over and she reaches out and she caresses your cheek ever so gently, like a mom caring for her child. And she looks at you and she smiles and she goes, "She didn't bring you back to function. She gave you life." And she disappears, and the world around you begins to move again. You all will have noticed as Mace is not where he was a second ago. He is now, it's almost as if he teleported slightly further away from the table and is now standing.
So it's just gonna like, I guess, jump a little bit.
Mace does not realize that everything has started to move and has not broken eye contact with Buns.
Feeling like she's being stared at, Buttons looks up at Mace. What?
Not the only one having fucking creation trauma.
I above table real quick. Was there any notion of her words that was like she doesn't need to know or shouldn't know this?
It was hard to glean because everything was said with this kind of very proud, like this very proud mom almost, that's just like everything was said in this tone of you're doing a good job, you're doing the right thing, but not really explaining
You're doing fine,
how.
honey.
Okay. Not knowing the answer to an unanswerable question. He's gonna keep that info to himself. And all he's going to say in the moment is, I just saw Mom.
What? When did you learn to teleport, by the way? That's cool. Can you teach me that spell?
Wait, oh, and he looks around now, realizing everything's moving again. Oh, I. Okay.
That was rude, sir. You asked a question and then teleported.
I did not teleport. I think she intervened. I didn't hear your answer.
You asked if she was awake?
Yes.
Nobody knows.
I think I do now.
What
Because
kind of
she-
teleportation did you...
She just spoke to me.
What did she say?
And he will lock eyes back on Buns, having met Blake's gaze in the previous comment. That I'm on the right path.
The mysterious gentleman kind of just looks over everybody and he's searching around and he's like, does anybody know what that means?
Mace, why are you looking at me so funny?
No particular reason.
Insight check.
That's the most aggressive insight check.
Let's
Let's see.
That's a 14. I
Okay.
will also say, before we go too far away from this and too much time has moved in game, Before you give her the answer to this insight check, which she has very much succeeded, unless you have like a 7 or something, a +7 to add to that. Buns, there's a faint feeling of a warm motherly touch on your cheek.
That was 14 verse 12.
So I believe with that, you would understand that Mace isn't telling you entirely everything, but also has not lied to you.
Buns gives Mace a look of we'll talk about it later.
The squint.
Which I am sure she has given to him plenty of time.
You guys have a lot going on. Is human stuff sorry, you're not all humans. Is mortal stuff always this interesting?
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like,
Oh.
I don't know, is it?
Well, I should talk to mortals more, maybe. I won't. I should, though.
What if we don't want to talk to you?
Fair. You're muted.
I've been telling
Doesn't seem to be
all
working
night.
out for D.
I mean, you can choose not to talk to me. That does not mean that I will not talk at you. He kind
All
of
right,
leans
where do
over
we
to
stand
you.
on the? I've got like this bowl of boiled potatoes that I've slid onto the table with some cheese.
Real quick, he kind of leans over to Sue and he goes, I used that line on your mom. That's when she punched me through a wall.
She's just gonna look at him and be like, you know what? That tracks. Yeah.
Mace will have walked back over to the table, no matter how far away he was previously. We're going.
All right, sounds like a plan.
When is
Oh,
this and how do we get
good.
there?
I get to carry you all. Fine. You kind of see as he looks off into the distance and he's just like mentally checked out for a second.
I take this moment to like yell to the counter, I'm going to be clocking out early. You guys, good luck here. If I pop back in town, I'll let you guys know. I like give them a thumbs up.
I get the
Right.
feeling it wasn't today. You did say a week from
Ah.
now?
A week from now, yes. Also, you guys mentioned money trouble, yeah?
We've been
I've been saving
taking
money.
odd jobs the past couple of days.
I have the most I've ever had in my life.
Oh.
I have a whole 14 gold to my name. It's great.
You guys are what he meant. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool.
What, who, and if I...
The plant lady and the time guy told me to do. They said to give you something. Hold on, 1 second. And he opens like his pocket, and you see as he reaches his entire arm into his coat pocket, and it just slides all the way down, and you can see as he's like rummaging through everything. Let's see. They were very adamant that if I lost it, I would be in so much trouble. Is it this pocket? It might be the other pocket. And you see as he does the same thing in a different pocket. God, these stupid dimension pocket. So dumb.
Try
There it
thinking about
is.
the item you want.
Here you go. And he pulls out an envelope. And he goes, let's see. To the adventurers who saved us, don't lose this. It's very important. I'll kill you. Okay, yeah, that checks out. This is it. This is the one. And he kind of slides it to the center of the table. One of you, I assume, can open it, yeah?
Buds reaches across and grabs the envelope.
The envelope is flat, as if there was paper inside of it, but is very heavy.
Oof. Why is it so heavy?
They put stuff in it. That's probably why it's so heavy. I thought you told her that she was the smart one.
But like, it shouldn't be this heavy. It just looks like there's some paper in it.
Well, no, they put stuff in it. Stuff adds weight. That's how weight works.
Yeah, that is how weight works. How heavy is it?
Denier, he might be the smart one.
Mace will reach.
Heavier than it looks.
Mace will reach for it and pick it up.
You too feel it is rather heavy.
Is it like hard to pick up, heavy, or is it just like it's got some heft to it?
It's got some heft to it.
That is not what you would expect. Anyway, it is. And he'll go to, it's like one of his fingers kind of turns into a blade a bit, places it open.
So you open it, and you kind of pull it apart, and you don't see any paper inside. Instead, you see like this almost darkness that it looks like you could reach your hand into.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Put a finger in.
You put a finger in, and you feel a lot of space. Like a lot of, there's a lot of
Clip
space.
it and ship it.
Set up and knock out. Got it.
But as you kind of move the envelope around to like fiddle around to see like how much space is in there, you hear a familiar sound of coins rustling.
The recollection, or the.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, it's pretty loud actually, almost as if there's a lot of coins rustling.
The moment he realizes his whole hand plunges into it.
There is.
Hey, Mace. We should probably do that not here. And Sue's gonna kind of like, when she says it, she's kind of like leaned into Mace and like trying to be quiet.
The mysterious stranger kind of like leans over and kind of like leans on Suo, and he's like, "Is this how we talk to people? Is this like a? Why are we whispering like this? Is the envelope dangerous? Did they put something in there? Was I supposed to open it? That could be a thing."
So he's leaned like on Suo.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna lean back into him, but dramatically, like fully, like paint me like one of your French girls, dramatic, and just be like, because like he said, is this how we talk to people? And she goes, only when you want to be quiet and intimate, like fully just like hamming it up.
So as you kind of do that, you also notice that he does not even move slightly, doesn't sway at all. This is a very solid man.
She will fully.
It's like leaning against a brick wall.
No. She will scooch her butt in order to get the angle right.
Uh-huh. And he
like if
looks
she
around
can't drape across him properly, she will drape.
And he looks down at you and he goes, "Oh, I apologize. I did not mean to interrupt your intimate time with the metal man. And he leans away.
Suo's gonna cackle in response.
So Mace's hand goes into the envelope.
You feel a lot of coins.
May not be the best idea to do it here.
That's what I was saying.
The stranger looks.
Realizing just how much potentially is in this envelope, his hand will come back out and close it back up.
The stranger also kind of looks at a ham hock and he's like, "Are they always like intimate in public?"
I mean, they do
Some of us
spend a
are
lot
into
of
that.
time together. I don't watch them.
Feels a little indecent, but like, what do I know? I guess.
I mean, they have weird hang-ups, so
Oh, got it. Okay. Well, all right. Your Drake is a little chunky, by the way.
yeah, it's a story. We're working on it.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well behaved though. Good job. Good train.
Thumbs up.
Guess. Anyway, are you done being intimate? He says rather loudly.
She's just gonna laugh even harder because mainly because she's like, she fully understands that he did not catch the joke.
You get the idea that he very much is a creature of
Face value.
yeah, his whole thing is he's very smart, but he does not fully grasp the odd nuances of air quotes mortal people.
Right. Suo recognizes this and has now decided she's gonna fuck with him.
That is what she wants.
Well, I
Apple doesn't
mean-
fall far from the tree.
And then Mace is going to, upon closing the envelope up, or at least holding it closed. Yes, mayhap we should retreat to a secluded space to see just
Yes.
what the contents of this are.
better. That's even better.
He looks at you and he goes, "Yes, I'm sure all these people would not like to see your intimacy so publicly displayed."
I mean, some people are into that.
Consent, though. You didn't ask. Right? He kind of leans to him. He's like, they still do that, right? The whole asking permission thing.
Mace 100% confused because he got the joke. We'll look at Blake funny. And then,
A latte.
and then proceed to collect funds.
You mortals
Mace is
have
like-
the weirdest traditions.
And then go up to the room.
My Robert.
As you walk away, you kind of you hear from behind you as Blake yells across the tavern at you, and he goes, "Don't slap their bottoms without asking first." And he looks over at Sue and he goes, "Your mom burned down an entire church once when that happened."
You know,
Was
That's
that
not-
before or after she punched you through a wall?
After.
I guess that
Different
makes
church,
sense.
though.
Oh, different wedding.
Yeah, I didn't slap the butt. I have common decency.
Noted.
Mm-hmm.
The trickster god never recovered.
how hard did my mom punch?
What?
Well, she
a
burned down
hardened-
his entire church, so
She did big
So-
fui.
Upon getting to the room and giving this envelope a little bit more of a closer inspection, precisely how much is in here?
who all is in the room? So who all we can say if you want for brevity that you all turned in for the night. Blake will be like, I'm gonna go stay outside of town because my natural sleeping position is I'm a bed hog.
I want you to know that I fully imagine this man going out, turning back into a dragon, and laying on his back the way that huskies do, where they like
You know?
S-curl themselves, and their little teats are just like.
Every direction.
I guess maybe one day you'll have to find out. But as of now, you all return to your room. How are you going through the envelope?
I'm working downstairs.
Well, I say this is after you've clocked out, unless you just really don't want to be there when they do the envelope.
I'm trying to get as much work in as I can for this one day because I anticipate we'll be leaving soon, you know? So I'm really
Okay.
just working hard, working the late shift, helping with the barkeep and all that jazz.
At first, I will just stick my hand back in and kind of like feel around. Is it like a big mound? Is it a ball?
So there's a good chunk of coinage in there, so much that you couldn't count it by simply you couldn't simply count it with the one hand in the bag.
I will pull a singular coin out of the envelope.
As you pull your hand out of the envelope, you are met with a singular, very shiny, very well kept gold coin.
I don't think we have to worry about gold.
Hey, Mace. Just dump it all out on a bed.
I think that might be ill-advised.
Well, we gotta figure out how much we got.
And
Fine,
I
I
will
need to find-
pull.
hold on,
I
let
will
me,
pull. I will pull out the 11 gold that I have, with the one that I pulled out, making 12. I will plop those into the envelope.
So you've
That-
plopped your own coin in, you said?
Yes, I have my own 12, my own 11, making the total back into it 12, after taking
Okay.
one out.
So you added 12 to the current pile in there. Okay,
Basically.
gotcha.
Give me the envelope.
What I just put in there was droplets of water out of the faucet
Uh-huh.
to the ocean.
Okay.
How far?
Sua's just like,
Before you have it, Buns, can I try something? Just out of curiosity's sake, before you do whatever you do.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, Can I see the envelope? Can I see the envelope?
I will pass it to Suo with eyes locked
Suo?
on Buns.
Suo is gonna shove her whole fucking arm in there.
There is a rather large amount of gold.
it's like when I say shove her whole arm, I mean she's gonna take the envelope and literally like
all the way up to her shoulder if she
Like
can.
putting on a shirt.
Yes. And if she feels gold the whole way down, she's gonna look at Buns and go, "I know there's a lot of gold in there."
It definitely goes. Your arm goes pretty far into that pile of gold.
Yeah, so Suo's gonna look at Buns and be like, Buns, this is all of it. All of it's gold. At least all of its coins.
Right. We've got to find out how much we've got.
Wow. You can't just dump this on Buns.
Buns takes reaches up to yank the envelope away from Suo, climbs up on the bed, and just dumps.
No, Mace will try and hold the envelope even higher to prevent
Suo-
Buns from doing so.
Because Suo had the envelope, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So Buns is taking it from Suo.
Right.
Are you taking it from Suo?
Mace is going to try and intervene.
Suo's whole arm is in there, so she
Yeah.
can, no.
Like pivot
Like,
around and
not-
Mace will try and catch
No.
Buns.
Okay, so you're trying to catch Buns, so that will be a
That's a grapple check.
that's a grapple check.
yeah.
So athletics versus either athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, so Buns, you can use athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna use acrobatics.
You better get a pretty decent grapple roll.
I mean, he is a barbarian.
Mace, you fall flat on your face.
Red.
Ah.
Buns just
Tripping
jumps off
over-
of his back, jumping
Yeah,
for
you-
that envelope.
Very much face plant. Suo, you feel as your arm starts to get pulled out of this pile of gold as Buns pulls the envelope away from you.
Oh, man. We're gonna have a mess, aren't we?
Buns,
Buns
as
jumps
you
up on the bed and
Buns,
just
do not dump that because it will fill this room.
it begins raining gold out of the envelope.
And then
I'm
my
going
friends
to
died in
Try
a
and
sea of
tackle
gold.
her to get it away.
I need to just real quick figure out the possible size of this.
Suo's going to snatch the envelope. Or at least try to.
Heaven forbid this thing tear and the extra dimensional space come open in the room.
Let's see. There's a lot of math that would go involved into this. I'm just going to say that it is continuously pouring out. You're gonna struggle to kind of tackle Buns, considering that you have to get up off the floor to kind of like reorient yourself. Let's see.
if it just becomes like a river and starts flowing off the bed, she'll just tip it back up and go. We have money.
No, so you have poured a pile of gold and it kind of starts to trickle. I would say, how tall are you, Buns?
Like, oh god,
I thought we
What was it,
established
like 2
these
feet?
numbers.
3'6".
We did. Okay, it's roughly up to your shoulder if it's all landed on the bed. And it's now started to trickle, so you are getting to the end of the envelope.
Money, 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 money.
Money.
Money, 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 money.
We need the money, money, money song.
I love the money, money, money song.
money, money.
Me?
Money, 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 money.
As-
Why?
As the last piece of gold kind of trickles out and tink lands on this large pile of gold that is now spread across this bed in a deep pile, a letter falls out and gently lands on top.
A letter. Buns takes it, opens it.
As you open the letter and you begin to read it, it says, "Dear adventurers, my plant friend and I considered that money is important to people and might be needed to survive. So we
It's something
pulled
everyone needs
together.
to survive.
We pulled together a small amount of coin. We hope that this small amount of coin will be enough to at least get you somewhat far. We apologize for the small amount. Please let us know if you would need more in the future. Signed, Kronos.
I love the multiple emphasis on how small the amount is. And like
You
we're
get
in here
the
like
You get the idea too that he is not being like cheeky. He very much, this was him being like very apologetic at having given you such a small amount.
right.
You know who this reminds me of? Have everyone here played Genshin?
No.
Mostly.
Not
or
really.
like not recently, but like
Anyway, there's one of the characters there is functionally like a he's the god that invented money, basically. So to him, money is no object because he can just make more of it at any time.
oh yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Would anybody like to attempt to count this pile of gold?
The smartest person in the room should do that.
The one that poured it out, yes.
Oh, Buns is gonna take a giant handful, put it in her coin pouch, and then start just shoveling it all back into the envelope.
Fair enough.
You poured it out, you may as well count it.
So fun fact, Beast World added a wizard cantrip called Quantify. And it
that
just-
would be nice.
It tells you how much of something there is, or can magically organize things in alphabetical or numerical order.
Before you
So
Before you-
once Mace gets up, he's going to snatch the envelope back, and it's like, no, count it.
What's that before you?
before you actually shove a chunk into your coin purse, Denier kind of pokes his head out and he goes, "What is that? No, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Who's that? That's a lot of gold. If I had to take I could take a rough guess at it. You should
Near
But-
would look at a pile of gold and just know how much it is.
He's I can look at a jar of jelly beans and tell you how many are in there.
Yup.
That is the exact logic behind it. And he's looking at it and he goes, do you want me to make a guess at it, or do you want to actually count it?
Both. I want to see how close she is.
Okay. Let's see. Give or take 12 gold coins.
The 13 that he added.
It's roughly 500-ish.
Money.
Get to counting.
Like I said, give or take about 12.
Give or take about 12.
Buns manages somehow to start counting in fives. Just manages to scoop up 5 every time with a quick glance to make sure.
That's actually pretty easy to do. Coin
Yeah.
counting in fives.
Yeah.
It still
Actually, how I
takes you
count my
quite a
birth
long
in the
time.
night.
Yeah. It still takes quite the time, but if you add, so removing, was it 13 gold? I thought it was 12.
11.
It was. I had 11. I had removed 1 from it, and then
Okay.
so I had 12 in my hand before putting it back.
So counting the extra 11 gold that Mace put in, there's 511 gold. Also, you will have noticed during counting them that they were all cleaned before being put into the envelope.
It's really clean money. Kind of sus.
You think they're into money laundering?
Oh,
Because
Jesus.
it's clean.
I see your joke and I respect your joke, but I also want you to know that my immediate thought was imagine Squiz, who plays the goddess of like plant life and stuff, and Kronos, who you met, being into money laundering.
Gosh, it would either be the most successful money laundering scheme that ever was concocted, or it
Or
would never get
so
up off the
bad.
ground because it lived forever in the planning phases.
I also want to let you know I'm actually surprised that I managed to make the joke before Foxy.
I've been withholding comments because not actually upstairs.
Mm.
So yes, total there is 511 gold because the 11 that Mace added.
He added 13.
I added 11.
No, he
Oh, was
added
it 11?
11. I double checked this twice now. Don't fuck me up.
Okay.
Just go back to
So-
looking at your tiny gentleman.
He is right
So,
here
yes.
with arm outstretched, all gentlemanlike.
So yes, my comment before stands. The 11 that I had tossed into that little pocket dimension of wealth that we now have was a trickle from a faucet into an ocean.
You hear a soft little, who sent 500 gold to you guys?
Oh, you know, the gods that we've helped.
Gods that you've helped. Oh, time and plant. Oh, God. Did they say that it wasn't a lot?
Yes.
They're notoriously bad at coin.
Should
I
we give
mean-
it back?
No. I mean, they have plenty. The problem is that one is a god of time, and like, money has no use in time. It changes every like couple thousand years to a different system, and then the other one is all about plants, and you don't need money for nature. So like, the
If that's the
concept,
case,
the concept of money and stuff just doesn't. They don't grasp it.
honestly, D, if that's the case, I'm kind of proud of them for choosing the right currency.
To be fair, yeah, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. One time they sent somebody 500 gold bars. It was significantly heavier, you could imagine.
In a box instead of an envelope.
I'm just
I
glad
would
you
have
could at
thought
least
that this
carry
would have
it.
been lighter.
You would have thought it would have been lighter?
Yeah,
500 gold coin?
yeah, like a bag of holding.
Oh. Well, that's an envelope.
An envelope of money holding.
Sure, if that's how you want to call it, but it's still an envelope. I mean, if it's too heavy for you to carry, I will hold it for you. I will gladly take your 511 gold.
You'll buy books with it.
I would buy I could buy so many. I
Mace
could buy a
takes
majority
the
of
envelope
books.
and puts it in his pouch.
Oh,
Can we fit buns in there?
greedy Mace. Very greedy.
No, he tends to hold on to stuff for me so it doesn't get taken.
It feels like greed to me. I could have bought so many books, Mace. Think of the knowledge.
Think of the equipment for our team.
Knowledge is equipment.
Equipment.
We just agreed to go and be before gods.
They're going to
Look,
wonder
Mace.
how we spent the money.
Look, Mace, all I'm saying is you could go buy a bunch of equipment or we could buy knowledge. Haven't you ever wanted to know certain things like the perfect
We can just
temperature to
ask
grow
you.
certain plants or why certain weather acts the way it does or why Suo is not a redhead? Still
Mace
waiting to figure
will-
that one out. He turns and looks at Suo. We're going to get to the bottom of this, I promise.
Mace will grab his mace, hold it just below the head of the hammer, and be right up in D's face. I would like to know how to smash this into your head.
Well, that's really simple and not that hard to do, but probably still less painful than I assume happened when Suo's mom punched that guy through a wall.
Without hurting you.
Without hurting me? Pretty impossible. But I do have a very thick, juicy skull that contains many informations.
Not thick, juicy.
Is it thick with 3 C's?
So many C's.
Is that the factual spelling?
No, that's the Denier spelling. You're welcome.
But I can't do that if I'm dead.
Well, who's killing you?
I don't know. Those
And what's
cultists
their
look
weakness?
good.
You might find out in a book.
Anything could kill us in our current state.
Yeah, I need more
Fine.
spells. Spells or knowledge?
Spells are knowledge.
That's what
He
I
floats
want to
over.
buy with them.
He kind of floats over to Suo and he like gently pats your head and he's like, "It's something to do with chromosomes. I would tell you, but I don't have the book to look at it." He just side eyes Mace.
Who is in the middle of putting his mace back on his back and not even looking at him.
Rude.
Is this
Anyway.
gonna be a thing now? You and my robot fighting?
Gosh, it's like you're a triple.
Don't be don't be ridiculous, Buttons. It's not fighting. Because I've already won. And he kind of just like leans down and he passes Suo a book. Here, sorry for all the hair jokes. We lighten it up somehow. Just like your hair is oddly lighter than it should be. And he floats back over to the hood.
Buns just
my
press
God.
digitations it darker.
Closer as he sinks back down into the hood.
Eventually we'll get there.
You're gonna show up to this meeting in front of all the gods, all of them. Why aren't you a redhead? And
Buns
then one.
is just gonna sigh.
The
Buns
book
is
that
just
he
gonna
handed
sigh.
you, by the way, is wrapped in a piece of fabric.
I unwrap it.
It is volume 2 of the romantic novel you've been reading.
She's gonna take it and look at him and just like shuffle over to her bed, bring the blanket fully over top of her and start reading. He's going to use the glow from her necklace to read.
Mhm. By the way, just a quick synopsis. Volume 1 was them finding out that they were in love with each other. And it ended right before the big kiss that would stop the orc from being an orc. This is volume 2. You find out that right before the kiss, the orc gets kidnapped by a genie so that it could prevent them from breaking the curse. So the elf has to go on a journey to save the orc and try and reverse the curse.
Wow.
So it's a series of frustration.
Yeah.
Got it.
When we go to stores, everyone will get a chunk to spend Or we
Denier kind of pokes
can,
his head out and he's like,
or
everyone.
we can each of the mortals
Rude. Sinks back in.
go shopping, get a list, and I can divvy out how much is needed per purchase. Whichever way we want to do it.
Well, you're gonna go with me, right?
Most of the time, I would be going with you, I suspect, yes.
So for sake of needing to get the shopping and stuff going, how are you doing the gold? Are you dividing it, or are you doing the
I mean, how we think we want to do this? Do we want to divide it up amongst ourselves and then go our separate ways to shop, or we go window shopping, meet back, and then or meet back at like noon to get what we need? I'm muted if you're talking.
I'm
same
not
way.
talking.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I'm so bad at this stuff. Out of character.
So there
I
is
don't know.
conveniently. So there is
Conveniently, 5 of
conveniently, by the
us.
way, 5 of you and 500 gold that was in the envelope originally, now plus 11 from Mace.
Right. Do we just want to
Almost
split
as
it?
if it was
Do we
split up.
just want to split it 100 each, or?
That works.
That would sound good to Ham.
Okay. So then we will say that it is split up evenly, with Mace getting his 11 back. So everyone gets 100. Mace, you get the 111.
Right.
Where is, so we'll go, so who is shopping together? If any.
Ham would honestly probably go shopping with Vlad. So, and he also doesn't have much to get himself.
So I'm gonna because Vlad isn't here currently, I'm going to have to like message Vlad and do his shopping that way. But essentially what I need to know is because we're getting towards the end of the session, I just want to see where I want to get the non-plot relevant, like just like the shopping done.
Is it going to be the girls and Mace, and then Foxy and Vlad?
Sounds right.
Okay. So we'll say that is how everybody does their shopping. And then I'll go around and see what everybody specifically is looking for. I also have a table pulled up so that I can roll on it for certain things if we need to. But we'll start with Ham. Ham, is there anything that you so you have your regular stores and there's a magic item shop. But is there anything that Ham would like to purchase?
Ham would honestly probably look for lasting provisions and fine dining food, and maybe if it exists, a better cooking utensil set, other than the stuff that he is clinging around his armor.
You said blasting what?
Lasting cooking, so like food stuffs.
Food stuff? Okay.
That will last.
Lasting. Okay. I thought you said blasting with a B, and I was like, what's blasting? What? So yes, you can buy a significant amount of all of that stuff, and you can upgrade your cooking utensils and stuff. I would say that stuff shouldn't be too expensive, honestly. You could, if you really wanted to like fully stock it so that you weren't going to be concerned about food and stuff, and then buy the nicer end of cooking supplies, I would say at most you're spending 15 to 20 gold.
Okay, I'd probably do that, and I suppose that a bag of holding would be nice. We'll see if they have one at the magic shop, since it's useful for holding all the heavy food and stuff instead of lading it all on Nugget.
Right. So let me go ahead and roll. Let's see. Okay. So a bag of, okay, I'm going to roll to see what the magic shop has. So give me a second to do that. If anybody wants anything that isn't, if anybody wants anything that is like common or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and just, you can message with the like common stuff, like your basic stuff. Like you can get potions of healing. You can get, so you can get regular potions of healing, and then armor and equipment, any of the base stuff, like any of the stuff that isn't considered magic, that is all stuff you can totally purchase, and just let me know that you've purchased it and then deduct the right amount from that. But I will do the magic shop rolls real quick. Okay. So that will be...
I was thinking more like bracers of defense or boots of striding or something like that.
That would require almost our entire budget.
Yeah, those things are going to be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But let me see.
Mayhap a potion of giant strength. That'd be...
Let me see what they have in terms of gear. All right. So, in terms of gear, the magic shop has sorry, I just have to do one more. All right. So there is a bag. The shop owner would kind of go over these with you as you look over them. He explains to you that there is a bag of tricks, there is a ring of jumping, and there is a weapon of warning.
Well, nothing I'm really interested in, but thanks for checking out.
A
go
specific
get
weapon
some,
of warning, or is that just whatever we're proficient in?
So it would be a weapon that you'd be proficient in.
Okay.
Ham saunters off to go find cooking utensils.
Gotcha. Those are the wearable items. And then there will be there'll be different there'll be kind of a little bit more magic items, but those would be the like armory kind of ones.
You said ring of jumping?
Ring of jumping, yes. The ring of jumping he explains to you that Let me
Be right
double
back.
check. That it gives you the ability to cast the jump spell with a bonus action.
Okay.
Also, I
Perception.
don't know if it would be useful to anyone in this party, but there is also Goggles of Night, which he explains gives you the ability to see in the dark, almost as if you had night vision yourself.
I do believe Mace does not have a night vision or dark vision. Let's see. Nope. So how much would those two be? The goggles and the ring?
The goggles, they're considered uncommon. Let me quickly. He looks you over and he's like, I could get you the goggles for 90. The ring I can get you, say, 75.
Being able to see is far more useful.
Well, if possible, depending on what spells they have.
Right.
What spell scrolls do you have? Can I just send you a list of the ones I'm looking for?
Well, let me double check because I have a thing for that. Let's see. There is a scroll of. So he has a scroll of blink. He only has two. A scroll of blink and a scroll that is placed in a very nice box. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, This one would run you a pretty penny, but I guess you can look at it.
What
And he
spell is it?
opens it. It is a spell scroll with the spell Plane Shift.
Buns puts her hand over the tuning fork under her robe. How much for them?
Well, Blink will run you not too much. That cost of that is I could give that to you for probably 50. This one though, being a rather large thing, that's gonna run you a lot. I'd say you're looking at the upper 3, maybe 400. That's a pretty generous price, if I'm being honest with you.
Why did I never take friends? Damn it.
Yeah, up to 8. Plane shift is up to 8.
I mean, none of these are really what I was trying to get.
I could if you give me, you can send me the list. And he says, I could check to see if I could get any of them. I can't promise it.
Those are the ones I'm looking for. 3 of them are cantrips.
Okay.
Cool. Blink isn't really one of the ones I wanted, though.
He looks at you and he lets you know that he can get probably 2 of these. Light and silvery barbs. He could probably grab those for you.
And how much would those 2 run me?
Light is a cantrip, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And silvery barb is
I believe it's first. Yeah, level 1.
light would cost you 25. Silvery barb would cost you, let's see, here it would cost you about 75. Maybe. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, 75 would be 75 is yeah. And that's also being a bit generous if it's a first or second level. Well, actually if you can tell me specifically if it's first or second level, I can give you more specific on that.
Which one? Silvery barbs?
Silvery
It's
barb,
first.
yeah.
It's
Is first? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking on
s-
D&D Beyond right now.
If that's a first level spell, then that one will actually probably run you closer to 50 instead of 75. So altogether for both of them would be 75.
Oh, both together would be 75? Okay.
Yes, because the cantrip would be 25 and the first level would be 50.
How soon can you get them?
Probably about 2 days. How long are you going to be around?
Not that long. How about
You
this?
do remember that he did tell you
Oh,
that the
wait.
meeting isn't for a week.
Right, but we do have places to go potentially here.
You also heard that he would be taking you there. That still doesn't give you a firm answer on how long it will take or when you need to leave.
Right.
How long does it take to make a spell scroll?
How long does it take to make a spell scroll?
Mhm. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Let's see. Items are created, blah blah blah. First level spell scroll will take roughly
A day?
yeah, because it's 24 hours
Per level?
and it's
It
not
scales
high level.
exponentially.
Yeah. It's on a certain scaling thing. So a first level spell scroll would take a day to make. And then a cantrip would probably take about half a day.
What about a second level?
3 days. At least by the graph that I found.
Yeah, because the chart is roughly based on cost of the spell equals certain amount of hours.
Right. Okay, hold on a minute. Buns plops her spell book down, opens it up to her spell. How about we do a trade?
trade. I mean, I could possibly buy something off of you.
I have these 2 higher level spells. And I'll trade you a spell scroll of one of them for the 2 that I mentioned.
What do you got?
Mace will also pull the
Cautious.
lyre off of his back.
Tasha's Mind Whip and Knock.
Quite the 2 spells. And you want to trade them just for... You want to trade them for which ones? The ones you... Which
I'm going to
ones were
trade
you
one
wanting
of
to...
them for the light and silvery barbs.
I'll trade you the knock for the 2.
I also have a few things. Mace will pull the lyre out from his back
Gotcha.
and hold it up.
Very nice piece you have here. I could offer you...
I would advise
I'm back.
no one play it unless they take the time to attune.
Gotcha.
Don't we have identify? We can just literally give him a point sheet of exactly what it is.
Oh yeah.
That'll help with appraisal.
Buns does.
So, we'll start with Buns. Buns, he will trade you knock for those 2s. Those 2. So he wants to take knock, and in exchange, he'll give you light and silvery barb.
Okay, I will be back in 3 days.
He can get them to you in 2 days.
Right, but it's going to take me 3 days to make the spell scroll of Knock.
It's also cost for components, I believe, too.
50 gold per level of spell, I believe.
Is it?
25 per cantrip. And a
Wizard
first
is
level.
the only
Right,
class that still
anything.
has a major money aspect
Think,
tied to just
yeah.
normal progression.
How does it take? Yeah, it would be...
So it would still be like 75 fucking gold.
Yeah, you'd probably still be spending roughly the same amount to make the 1 spell scroll and trade it instead of just buying the 2.
Now, I think that if you say that he covers the cost of the creation of a 3rd level spell scroll, he could sell it for more than he did the 1st and 2nd level, bartering and all that.
Yeah. I forgot that it's not just sitting down and writing it out.
While you figure that out, he will offer you 223 gold piece for the lyre.
Do I feel like that's a fair price?
You can vibe check him.
Where's my insight? Ew.
There's 2 vibe checks in there.
There's 2 vibe checks. Okay, let me...
In chat there.
So I have a table. So let me... So Mace, you get the... Well, you both get the vibe. That's a pretty... That's...
A fair price?
It's slightly less than you could get. With a 16, it's not much less than what you would buy a magic item for of that quality.
Okay.
So he's taking minimum cut
Mhm.
for
He's
what he
taking a
could make.
minimum cut. Mm-hmm.
need to be a 10th level for that. Damn it.
This for goggles, per scrolls, and then I'll throw in 50 gold for the ring as well.
So you're going to so you're gonna use the money you made from the lyre and then also 50 gold and then get the ring and the goggles?
And then pay for her scrolls.
Okay. That seems fair. You can mark all that off, and then the scrolls will be ready in 2 days. So you will get the Ring of Jumping, which I can send you I'll send you the link for both of these, since I already pre-searched them as I rolled them. So there's that one, and then
Buns
is
has that bag
that
of
one.
magic beans.
You do in fact have a bag of magic beans. Whether or not this man would know much about it, you could try. So is there anything that you were interested in purchasing?
There's no bags of holding. Potions.
And what were you looking at for potions? Yeah, any special potions besides healing?
Let me... There's a table for that also. Let's see. He might have something. He has regular potions of healing. He has... one potion of climbing. And yeah, that'll be he has potions of healing, and he has one potion of climbing.
And how much are the potions of healing?
Let me double check. That would be I believe 17 gold pieces.
17 each?
Yes.
How many does he have?
He has 5 total.
Bunza Plunk's 85. Bunza Plunk. 75 gold on the counter. And I'll take all the potions of healing.
Let's see.
She's trying to barter. She's trying to haggle.
Roll a persuasion.
Not bad.
He looks at you and he kind of like quickly goes, like shuffles through the gold, and he goes, it's 10 gold. You can have them.
Yay. She takes them. And holds them up to Mace to put into his pouch. We'll pass those out. to everybody.
Real quick, Suo, did you want to buy anything? Is there anything you were looking for?
No.
Suo is currently a tiefling, or is currently a not a tiefling even.
Oh my god.
Suo's back to being a tiefling. Suo
Not. I'm so bad for shopping. I don't know. I would have to look. It's one of those things I'd have to look something up, kind of thing. Like look at what's going on.
Any bracers of protection, cloaks of protection, anything like
All
that?
of
Not
the
in that,
item, no, all of the like those types of items were. The only thing Mace hasn't bought is a weapon of warning.
Okay. And are we buying this stuff from the Fox? Kitsune?
So a lot of this stuff. Oddly enough. So first of all, the weapons and stuff and the armor stuff you're buying from a local blacksmith who a lot of his magic items are things that have been sold to him kind of through trade and stuff. He
Okay.
crafts really good things. The scrolls and stuff you would be buying from the magic shop, but you will notice that the symbol on the door hasn't changed, but a different man is working the shop when you walk in.
Where's Aki?
He looks at you and he goes, "Who?" Where's who?
Okay, no, nothing. Never mind.
Oh,
Must be wrong,
okay.
wrong store. Wrong
Oh,
store.
thank you for your patronage.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
That was not what I meant to do.
Oh my god. We now
Oh,
all know
geez.
exactly what the Order of Scribes does.
Not my intention.
Such devastation.
Let's see something real quick.
Uh,
Nice. Anyway.
Just for Suo's knowledge, how much was the weapon of warning?
The weapon of warning is womp. 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 Roughly 75 gold, which is a very good price on that.
That is a very good price on that. Were we specific on what kind of weapon, or just whatever weapon I would like to use?
So it is a weapon that would be it would be whatever you're
Proficient with.
proficient with, yeah. And if you want a brief description of what the weapon of warning does, it is a magic weapon that warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you or your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. Which is why this is a very good price for something like this.
Yo.
Oh yeah. That's what. So she's gonna like. I imagine Suo just kind of like tagged along just cause like she's like not really interested in anything. There's nothing that really stands out to me that I need to buy, and she's just kind of like looking around. She goes, just see the price, expecting the price to be like one of those like, ooh, how bad am I gonna cringe at this kind of thing, right? And goes, oh.
You almost get the idea that he might not know what he has. I am so sorry. I need to double check something. I might have given you the wrong price on something. Not the item you're currently looking at, but
I need to double check.
It's okay. I think I overpaid for my trade. But it's fine.
did you overpay for your trade?
It was,
Yes,
it was
because
yeah, it was
no.
275. plus my 50, right? Or 270 something for the lyre.
The lyre was 223,
Oh, okay. So it would have been in
and
total
then you
275
yeah,
of value.
yes. So you didn't. You paid correctly.
Okay.
You know what? I am going to also spend 30 gold so that I can spend the next 2 days while I'm waiting for my spell scrolls to scribe a couple of cantrips.
Okay.
So I like to imagine that like this weapon of warning is in the shape of a wooden staff,
Mm-hmm.
right? That probably has like for the most part is just a simple like gnarled looking like tree limb or whatever that has like some generic looking stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so that's why the shopkeeper was just like, wooden staff, sure, 75 gold, right?
Right.
But she's looking at it and she's just like, what? This is like, are we sure? And she's just kind of like looking at it and she's just like, yeah, I guess I could get another wooden staff. I haven't had one in a while. And she just kind of like takes it and goes, I guess I'll get this.
I'm sure it's a great staff. Thank you.
Yeah, I lost my old one, so it's here.
Oh.
And just hands over the 75 gold. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just meanders on her way. Like, all right, you done, Buns?
Hey, Ham.
Ah,
So as you're shopping for your cooking utensils and cooking supplies and stuff,
and food.
well, specifically the cooking utensils and things, you see out of the corner of your eye a very, very nice looking pot.
And it would catch my eye. It is that nice looking.
Yes.
Kobold brain says shiny. I give it a good kick.
It makes a really nice sound and
That's some
doesn't
solid
dent.
metal.
The shopkeep kind of walks over and goes, normally I'd be mad that you kicked a store item, but I see you've gotten the eye of quite the pot.
Yeah, I like to think that I know my cooking supplies, and looks like you've got something a little special here.
This is quite unique and quite special, actually. This one creates quite the feast.
Oh, does it
Anything
now?
cooked? Yes. Anything cooked in this actually cures people of diseases and poisons. Some may even say that it gives them immunity to them for
Fascinating.
maybe a day or so.
How much is it?
Yeah.
The pot is about 55 gold.
Hmm. Does it
That's
have a
quite a
lid?
deal.
And does it come with spoons?
I'm afraid it doesn't come with utensils. It does have a lid though.
All right. What if, hear me out, we do 50 gold, but I cook you a meal using it right away?
And your meals are good?
I was actually working at the local tavern. You probably heard of me.
They're amazing.
Oh.
We're not with him.
Roll. So you can roll a persuasion with advantage.
Charisma. Great rolls. 13.
Sure, why not? I've heard it's delicious, so yeah, I'd say it's worth it.
All right, have you got a kitchen?
Yes, of course. And they will show you to the back where the kitchen is.
I'm going to drag the pot back there and start to cooking with whatever they've got sort of on hand.
Gotcha. So the pot that you just purchased is
Deducting 50 plus. You said it's like 20 gold, 15
20
gold?
for all the supplies and stuff you need, yeah, with all the food.
70 total.
A full thing of food. You have just purchased a hero's pot. The hero's pot, whenever you cook something in it, so essentially once a day, or when you're doing a long rest, during a long rest, you can use the hero's pot, and any food cooked in it will give everyone who eats that food the same conditions as if they had eaten a hero's feast.
Nice.
But let me add in there, you can only use it during a long rest.
And it
Is
affects
the
the
condition
rest
of-
of the day, basically.
Yes, so the benefits of the hero's feast last for 24 hours, but you can only use this for during a long rest.
Okay. And then I'll make a little cooking check for this guy. Cook him some lunch.
D&D Beyond is a well-made and very well working website.
I
Are you
can't even
saying this
jokingly
the
agree with you.
I was going to say, are you saying this the same way that I say Dead by Daylight is a perfect game with no flaws?
Yes. Yes.
So it's an okay meal. But
It's still pretty
it's
good.
tasty.
I was about to say, it's still good. It's still definitely better than what they're used to. So he would still agree that this was worth it.
Nice. I'm gonna like tie the big pot down to a nugget as we make our way back to the inn.
All right. I will have to get with Vlad, and we'll see if he needs any shopping before we next convene for Awooters Does D&D. But we will end with everybody back in the room. And a knock at the door of everybody's the room that currently has everybody in it, because I assume everybody's kind of ending the night having conversations. There will be a knock at that door.
Mace will answer it.
On the other side of the door is the familiar figure from before, the man who introduced himself as Blake. I assume you all had a good time.
I've got food.
Delicious.
Mace already has the goggles on and was in the middle of trying to attune to them.
Those are. And he looks away.
I said you don't need attunement, they're just on. We went shopping, yes.
And that was the best pair of glasses they had, huh? I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, now I can see in the dark.
Oh, that's not just a thing everybody does, right? Sorry. I'm sorry that you need funny looking glasses. Anyway, I assume everything was good. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah, why?
Just checking on how we're all doing, if we have agreed or not agreed to an adventure, I guess is what I hear it called most times.
Oh, yes, we're going with you. We have a week, right?
The meeting is in a week. We should leave here at least 3 days.
We will need to pick up some scrolls on the way out.
The scrolls will be ready in 2 days.
Right.
And he is so it will be the day before you leave. You would need to leave.
Yeah.
The scrolls will be ready.
Yep.
Well,
I thought it was a given that we were going.
sometimes people chicken out. You never know.
Ain't no chicken.
No, you are not, tiny kobold man. No, you are not.
/flex emote.
Well, make sure you also bring something warm. You know, flying on the back of any dragon would be an adventure, but flying on the back of the dragon. I don't slow down for people. Wear warm clothes.
Sue's just gonna like squint at him. Hold on. Actually, it won't matter because it'll be the same thing.
Hmm?
What?
History versus like
Oh, yeah.
future.
Hey!
So Sue's gonna squint at him and just be like, I knew it.
And he looks over at her and he gives a grin. And he just shrugs and he goes, looks like they sent you gold and platinum. Anyway, have a nice night.
Oh, was that a pickup line?
No, that was
No, that
him
was just
being
him
coy.
referring to himself.
It's the Platinum Dragon, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll meet you guys outside of the town in 3 days. I wonder how many more boars I can kill. You hear him kind of mumble as he walks away.
Oh, how has the hunt been?
Delicious! I didn't eat the people. That was a request.
Makes sense. People get mad about that for some reason.
Please keep
Yeah.
up with that.
Not eating the people or the boars? I keep up with them very easily.
Not eating the people.
All right.
I get the feeling that
He doesn't have the same problem with the hunt that the hunters did. Must be exempt to the rules.
Well, I have a feeling, as Mace is closing the door, I have a feeling he is the hunt.
No. Nope. He's the Platinum Dragon.
He is Bahamut.
I am more meaning the goddess of the hunt would be someone that would be someone that answers to him. in this kind of situation.
Denier kind of just slightly pokes his head out and he goes, "Ah, the metal one gets it. You know, there's hierarchies and stuff. Even gods have bosses. Some of those bosses are the boss, and
Who's your boss?
well, much like Platinum Man, I only have one boss, just like the rest of us second tiers do. Technically, the only one we answer to is the mother herself.
About to say,
What about
Mace just
death?
looks him dead. About to say, Mace just looks him dead in the face and mother. Yes.
Mm-hmm. The goddess of the hunt does fall under. She does fall under Bahamut. He is kind of king of dragons, but also in. They give him that title because he is a dragon, but really he's. We more fondly refer to him as king of beasts. So in order to hunt them, you have to have the permission of the one in charge. So.
And we can get your weapon added to your feet here in a minute.
I do have it added to D&D Beyond.
Okay, and it's just simply importing it.
Yeah. I was just trying to see if I could do like change a picture kind of thing. Oh my
Okay.
god, load.
Nah.
Anyway, you guys should get a lot of good rest. You're gonna have a really good time. Not many mortals get to meet the upper gods, so enjoy. And he kind of sinks back down into the hood.
Before you go
Yes.
outside a moment.
Private conversation. Fun. D will kind of float up and he'll look at everybody and he'll be like, "Don't miss me too much. I know it's gonna be hard.
Goodbye forever.
Not forever."
And Mace will
I'm
just
already
simply
asleep.
walk outside the door into the hall.
What can I do for you, Mace?
I don't know if I should tell Buns this, but I have a feeling Mother would have wanted you to know.
What is... You tell Buns everything, don't you? Isn't that kind of your guys' whole thing?
I have a feeling she is going to replace you.
She's gonna... what? You think that she's gonna replace me?
Center is in charge of finding the next.
Got it. Understood, I guess.
Mace out here just ruining this man's day.
That's Buns' pocket god. Well, hood god.
Guess it's not every day that you find out that you're gonna die, I guess. Interesting. Well, is this a theory or confirmed?
Mace stares blankly for a sec. When I teleported earlier, I spoke with Mother. Told me the job of center, the task I was bestowed, and then looked to Buns and told me I was on the right path.
That's all she said? Is just that you're on the right path? She gave no other hints or clues at anything?
I didn't have time to ask before I was back.
Do you tell Denier about what the last thing that life said to you before life disappeared?
Specifically, what was the last thing she said?
When before life disappeared, she gently caressed Mace's cheek and said she didn't it was essentially she didn't fix you, she gave you life.
Oh. Oh shit. Thinking back on the moment he was draped between worlds for a second. He comes back. There was an additional comment.
What was the comment?
She corrected me when I told her that Buns had fixed me.
Corrected you how?
I think I got the wrong impression. She said that Buns gave me life.
I mean, that's an interesting correction, but almost intellectually impossible. I mean, there's only one who can give life. Life can't be given. I mean, you can prevent somebody from passing to another world or slightly communicate with somebody who has already passed, but there's only one person who can. There's only one person. Oh. There's only one person who can give life. And that's where we'll end.
No!
Is the pot big enough that I can fall asleep in it?
How big are you?
Hold on, I think I'm like
Like 2'2"
2
or
foot
something?
1 inch.
2 foot 1 inch? Yeah, you could probably sleep in the pot.
I fell asleep polishing the pot.
All right. Anyway.
Are you implying that Buns is the goddess of life reincarnated or some shit?
I have implied or done nothing. I am a simple whittle guy with no storytelling ability.
Hold
I
on. Hold on.
Oh, are you just now getting that too?
No. Is Sue's mom still alive? Did we confirm that? We confirmed that, right?
you the confirmation of your mom is that your mom and your father disappeared when you were born, but
Mm-hmm.
no one has ever said that your mom or your dad are dead.
Just
Okay.
that they went poof.
Right.
They just weren't around. They disappeared. The context that you got for why they disappeared was because essentially God started to go missing, and your mom had to make a choice between continuing to be a god and giving you up, or
Mm-hmm.
having you and giving up being a god. And she had you, and then after she had you, God started to disappear. So, assumedly, your mother disappeared also so that people wouldn't come after you. But there is nothing, nobody has said, and it is not confirmed whether your mom and dad are alive or dead.
Right. Okay. So we have Mace, who used to work for the life goddess, who was in charge of finding the next life goddess, who we have now found out may or may not be Buns.
We don't know specifically what finding the next means. It is heavily implied at this point that it either next god of any given job or next life god is that's a possibility too.
I'm leaning towards the latter. Then we have Suo, who has a god in her necklace. Might also be who's also the child of a god.
We just the awakeners,
And
baby.
also is a kitsune, so we got that going on. We have Vladinsky, who is a skeleton in a suit of armor
And a gatekeeper.
and a gatekeeper.
For death. It seems.
Well, not for death.
then-
We talked to them.
Somebody who tried to become the new death by force.
And then we have Hamhawk, who's just out here making some bomb ass food.
Hamhawk is a simple bean.
To be fair, Hamhawk has
his book is the god of cooking, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't know what's going on with Hamhawk. I'm sure it's gonna get God related at some point.
I just have a magical cookbook that makes bomb recommendations to me.
Right.
And has a recipe for the recipe for life and death. I'm halfway there.
I'm just a little guy who doesn't know how to tell a story, so I don't know what you're talking about. I would never go as far as pre-planning an entire adventure around specific items that I give people at the beginning. I am not smart enough for that. So,
And Suo's just waiting to ride the dragon.
That fucking giggle.
So nobody has to worry about anything because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So
that fucking
And
giggle
is that a-
is that giggle is why this is rated 21 plus.
What do you mean? So yeah, did I miss anything? Is that a pretty solid recap of the background trauma that we've been going through?
My only trauma is that I've nearly been killed twice. Honestly, pretty low core, all things considered.
to be fair, I haven't been able to give you trauma because you've just been working in a kitchen.
I'm already too insane to traumatize.
That's not true, but sure.
Heard
I mean,
that.
I don't know how to tell a story, so I couldn't possibly do anything about. I don't. My name is Atlas. I'm stupid.
Where can you be found on the internet?
Twitch.tv/Atlas Rivet on Whittle Guy Wednesdays, where I'm a whittle guy who still doesn't know how to tell stories. You can trust me. You
was
don't have to worry
smooth.
about anything ever. Did you like that? Did you like that?
That was
Am I
smooth. That was
convincing?
smooth.
That was
Am I
smooth as hell.
Have I convinced everybody that
No.
I'm okay?
But
Cool.
but Suo, if you were convinced, where can people find you on the internet?
Twitch.tv/EMRedfeather, playing all kinds of fun games, mostly spoopy ones. And hanging out with Atlas.
I don't know how to tell stories, and that's why M hangs out with me so that she can make sure that I know what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Has this gotten better?
Clip
Is the
posted.
convincing working?
And Buns, if you were trying to convince Atlas that they could in fact tell a story, how would you do so while also describing where you can be found on the internet?
I can be found right here every Friday that we're streaming. And occasionally on my own channel on Twitch, Ms_5th. Ha! Got it right that time.
No
and
strokes to be found.
and in the Discord.
Wow.
Yeah.
That wasn't very convincing, but I'll take it.
Although you know who else has been recently convinced of things? Mace, where can people find you on the internet?
I can be found all over. The red app, purple app, clock app, bird app, the one in the sky. There's a bunch of them, and on Discord as well. Yugoki, everywhere you look, and doing all kinds of content.
All right, cool. Somebody's got to do it, so we're just gonna see who bites the bullet.
I'll do it.
God, Vlad, where can people find you on the internet?
If you wanted to find Vlad as he is praising the sun, you could find him in this Twitch channel as well as all of the other Discords where I try to do the best mod NA stuff. You can find me there.
I would say that's like an 8 out of 10, but that's only because like my impression of M was a 10 out of 10, so it's kind of like really hard to
Yeah, I
do any
can't keep
impressions
up to
after
that. But
one.
if you don't take that one
Yeah.
into account, it was a decent impression.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, oh, my name's M. See, spot on.
Wait,
It's like couldn't.
I didn't catch that. Keep going.
Anyway, let's see who we're gonna rate today.
Riders live. Kooky is live. Riders live with less viewers. That's all I'm seeing is them
Called
two.
out. Anyway, we're gonna raid Ryder.
They're playing some
did-
lethal company.
Did everybody have fun?
'Twas a
Oh, for
blast.
sure.
Okay.
I struggle between needing to stay muted longer because I can't keep my mouth shut.
All right. The raid has started. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Join us again next Friday when M gets to ride a dragon. Figure out how she does it next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ah.